On December 6, 1917, Halifax, Nova Scotia was busy. The harbor hummed with wartime life, but it felt far away that morning. The air was cold and clear, and a peaceful, ordinary day began. Two ships moved in the harbor, entering the Narrows. The SS Mont Blanc, a French munitions ship, sailed in as the SS Imo, a Norwegian relief ship, sailed out. Signals were exchanged, but confusion led to a misunderstanding. The ships collided in a grinding scrape, sparks flew, igniting benzol on the Mont Blanc, and flames began to grow. Few knew the terrible cargo it carried. The SS Mont Blanc was French. It had sailed from New York City, bound for Bordeaux, France. Its journey was for the war. World War I needed supplies, and this ship carried those supplies. Its holds were packed very tightly with no space wasted inside. It was a critical mission. The cargo was extremely dangerous. The Mont Blanc carried explosives. Tons of picric acid sat below. This acid was wet and unstable. There was also dry picric acid, plus many tons of TNT. Gun cotton filled other spaces, and on deck drums of benzol. Benzol is a flammable fuel. The ship was, in every sense, a floating bomb. Its crew knew this awful truth. Fire on Mont Blanc spread fast. The spilled benzol blazed fiercely. Flames licked the ship's side and thick black smoke rose high. The captain ordered, "Abandon ship!" The French crew was terrified. They knew what would happen. They rowed fast to Dartmouth, shouting warnings to all. "Run! The ship will explode!" People in Halifax watched the fire. The burning ship drifted closer, heading towards Pier 6. The spectacle drew onlookers. Many gathered at windows, others went to the waterfront. Children stopped on their way. They did not know the danger. This curiosity would prove fatal. They were just too close to it. The fire burned for minutes. It reached the deadly cargo. At 9:04 and 35 seconds a.m., the Mont Blanc disappeared. A brilliant, blinding white flash, and then came an enormous roar. The sound was deafening. A huge mushroom cloud rose, and smoke and debris filled the sky. The ship was gone forever. A powerful shockwave erupted. It moved faster than sound, flattening everything near. The air itself became solid. It smashed buildings to pieces, and the ground shook like an earthquake. People were thrown violently. The harbor water surged. It was a moment of pure terror. No one understood what had happened. This was a colossal explosion. The largest man-made blast then, until atomic bombs appeared. Those bombs came much later. The force was unimaginable. It created a huge tsunami. The wave hit the city hard, sweeping people and debris. The Mont Blanc's anchor flew. It landed miles away. The blast hit North Halifax hard. This area was called Richmond. It was closest to the ship. Wooden homes became splinters, brick buildings just crumbled, and iron rails twisted like wire. The sky grew dark as night. Smoke, ash, and soot fell. A terrible silence followed. Then came the screams of pain. The human cost was horrific. Over 2,000 people died instantly. Others lay trapped under rubble. Their homes, their tombs, thousands more were badly hurt. The city was a place of death. Families were torn apart and so many lives lost. Flying glass caused terrible injuries, blinding hundreds. Many lost their sight. Doctors had never seen such wounds before. This was a unique horror, one that marked survivors for life. The city itself was destroyed. 2 square kilometers vanished. Homes, schools, churches, gone. Fires started all over and Halifax was crippled, burning. Survivors wandered in shock. They were dazed and bleeding, and many searched desperately for their families. Cries for help filled the air. Rescue efforts began slowly, but brave people helped each other. Doctors and nurses worked hard, even though hospitals were damaged too. Supplies were running out fast. The task was, honestly, overwhelming. Then, nature dealt another blow. A fierce blizzard struck Halifax. It began the very next day. Heavy snow fell on the ruins, covering the dead and the injured. The cold was bitter, cruel. Rescue work became even harder. Survivors had no shelter. Many were homeless and freezing. Their suffering only grew worse. Help started to arrive soon, though. The city of Boston acted fast. They sent a relief train carrying doctors and nurses. It also brought vital supplies: food, medicine, and blankets. This aid saved many lives. Halifax never forgot this. It forged a strong bond. Boston's help was a true lifeline. Other places also sent help. Communities across Canada gave. Money and goods poured in. The United States offered aid, and Great Britain sent support too. The world learned of this tragedy. People were shocked by it and they wanted to assist Halifax. This support helped the city. It showed Halifax was not alone. Rebuilding Halifax took many years. The city faced a long struggle. Homes and lives had to be rebuilt. The physical scars slowly healed, but the emotional scars remained. The memory of the blast endured. It was etched in the city's heart. Halifax was forever changed. It rose from its ashes, but it would never forget. The disaster brought big changes. People learned hard lessons, emergency plans improved greatly, and cities prepared for disasters. New building codes came because stronger structures were needed. Rules for dangerous goods changed and transporting them became safer. The world learned from Halifax. Safety became a key concern. The Halifax Explosion warns us. For many it is forgotten, but its impact was enormous. It shaped disaster relief and it taught us preparedness. We must remember such events. They show human weakness, but they also show human strength. The lessons are vital today. Remembering helps us all learn. There are many forgotten stories. History is full of such tales. These stories must be told. They teach important lessons. They speak of courage and loss. They honor those who suffered. They help us look forward to build a much safer world. Seek out these hidden tales, learn from the forgotten past.